President Clinton getting emotional over what? Over the fact that 25 years ago, Israel offered Yasser Arafat, the Palestinians, a Palestinian state, everything that they are demanding, and they turned it down. Watch this.
And I think what's happened there in the last 25 years is one of the great tragedies of the 21st century. And when I tell the young people, for example, who are understandably in America, let's say they're super sympathetic with the Palestinians. Well, they've been killed, a lot of those Palestinians have, and all they know is that a lot more Palestinians have been killed than Israelis. And I tell them what Arafat walked away from. And they can't believe it. I said, oh yeah, he walked away from a Palestinian state with a capital in East Jerusalem, 96% of the West Bank, 4% of Israel to make up for the 4% that the settlers occupy that were beyond the borders in the 67 war. And I go through all the stuff that was in the deal, and they it's not on their radar screen. They can't even imagine that happened. And I tell them, the first and most famous victim of an attempt to give the Palestinians a state was Prime Minister Rabin, whom I think loved as much as I ever loved another man. And so Rabin, he dies, and then Shimon Peres is defeated in the election, and where the rest of it is history. But you walk away from these once-in-a-lifetime peace opportunities, and you can't complain 25 years later when the doors weren't all still open and all the possibilities weren't still there. You can't do it. It's just...
Your voice just cracked when you said that.
Yeah. I'm an old guy. I have my regrets. That's one of them.
Very, very moving moment. He has his regrets. What I suspect, though, is, and I'm not sure he doesn't comment on this, is, when you regret something, it's as if I wish we would have pulled that off. But actually, it would be impossible for him to have pulled that off. Why? Why do you think Arafat turned it down? Because they don't want a Palestinian state. That's all a guise for removing all Jews from Israel so they can have it all. That is the true story. That's why even when we offered them everything, practically everything that they wanted, which, by the way, would have been a disaster, because if you give that to people who want to kill you, now they will have a much better positioning to do so, God forbid. What a blessing that didn't happen. And the irony of the fact that the first victim of that was a Jew, not just a Jew, a head of state, our prime minister, Yitzhak Rabin.